So picture this. I'm rushing around getting ready for a big event. Hair? A mess. You know those days when everything seems to be going wrong? Well, this was one of those days. My hair was doing its own thing, defying gravity in ways I didn't think were possible. I had about 10 minutes to get myself together, and the pressure was on. Makeup? Half on, half in my coffee. I was trying to multitask, but it was more like multi-fail. I had one eye done, the other still bare, and somehow, my foundation ended up in my coffee cup. I took a sip and almost gagged. Note to self, coffee and concealer do not mix well. And then it hits me. I can't find my pants. Panic set in. I had a perfect outfit planned, but the centerpiece, my pants, were nowhere to be found. I started tearing through my room like a tornado, tossing clothes left and right. I swear I searched everywhere. Under the bed, in the fridge, hey, stranger things have happened. Even in my daughter's closet. I was desperate. I even checked the laundry basket, the bathroom, and the car. Nothing. It was like they had vanished into thin air. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I found them. Where, you ask? On my head. Yes, you heard that right. On my head. I had been so frantic that I didn't even realize I had draped them over my head while searching for something else. Turns out I'd been using them as a makeshift headband. I know, only I could pull that off. It was a moment of sheer ridiculousness, but also a moment of clarity. I couldn't help but laugh at myself. Sometimes you just have to embrace the chaos and find humor in the absurd. But it got me thinking about the importance of paying attention. How often do we go through life on autopilot, not really noticing the details? We get so caught up in our routines and our to-do lists that we forget to be present in the moment. We live in a world full of distractions, and it's easy to get caught up in the chaos. Our phones, social media, work, and endless notifications pull us in a million different directions. It's no wonder we lose track of things, like time. But when we're not paying attention, we miss out on things. Important things, like where we put our pants. Or even more significant things, like moments with loved ones, opportunities for growth, and the beauty of the world around us. It's a reminder to slow down, take a breath, and really see what's in front of us. So the next time you find yourself in a frantic search for something, take a moment to pause, breathe, look around. You might just find that what you're looking for is right in front of you, or, in my case, on your head. Life has a funny way of teaching us lessons when we least expect it. And sometimes those lessons come with a side of humor. Embrace it. Laugh at yourself. After all, life is too short to take everything so seriously. So here's to finding our pants and finding ourselves one chaotic moment at a time. With my pants finally in place, I was ready to take on the day. And you know what? I rocked that event. Because sometimes all it takes is a little bit of chaos to remind us of what's truly important. Attention is like that friend who's always telling you to look alive. It's the ability to focus on what's important and tune out the rest. And trust me, it's crucial for pretty much everything we do in life. Think about it. Driving a car, having a conversation, even just walking down the street, all these things require attention. Without it, we're like that cartoon character who walks off a cliff and doesn't realize it until they look down. So yeah, paying attention is kind of a big deal. Ever notice how when you're really paying attention, the world seems more vibrant? Like someone cranked up the saturation button? That's because attention is like upgrading from an old fuzzy TV to a brand new high-definition screen. When we're present and engaged, we pick up on details we might otherwise miss. The way the sunlight filters through the leaves, the sound of laughter in the distance, even the smell of freshly baked cookies wafting from a nearby bakery. Suddenly, the world becomes a much more interesting place. And who doesn't love interesting? Remember that time you walked into a room and forgot why you were there? Or met someone new and immediately forgot their name? Yeah, we've all been there. And you know what the culprit is? You guessed it, lack of attention. When we're not paying attention, our brains are like a sieve, letting all the important information slip right through. But when we're focused and engaged, our memories get a supercharge. We're more likely to remember names, faces, and important details. And let's be honest, who couldn't use a little memory boost? Especially if it means finally remembering where you put your car keys. Decisions, avoiding the what was I thinking moment. We make countless decisions every day, from what to wear to what to eat to whether or not we should trust that email from a Nigerian prince. These decisions range from the mundane to the significant. Each one has the potential to impact our lives in various ways. You know what helps us make good decisions? You guessed it, paying attention. When we are fully present and engaged in the moment, we are better equipped to evaluate our choices and make informed decisions. When we're distracted or not fully present, we're more likely to make impulsive choices we later regret. Distractions can come in many forms, from the constant ping of notifications on our phones to the endless stream of thoughts running through our minds. But when we take the time to focus, weigh our options, and consider the consequences, we're more likely to make choices that align with our goals and values. This means taking a step back, breathing deeply, and giving ourselves the space to think clearly. So next time you're faced with a tough decision, remember to put on your attention hat and think it through. Write down the pros and cons, talk it over with someone you trust, and give yourself the time you need to make a thoughtful choice. Your future self will thank you. By making decisions with intention and mindfulness, you can avoid those "what was I thinking" moments and instead feel confident and content with the choices you make. Remember, every decision is an opportunity to shape your future, so make each one count. One effective way to enhance your decision-making skills is through mindfulness practices such as meditation. By training your mind to stay present, you can improve your ability to focus and make more deliberate choices. Setting clear goals and priorities can also guide your decision-making process. When you know what you want to achieve, it's easier to make choices that support your long-term objectives. Celebrate your small victories along the way. Each good decision, no matter how minor, is a step towards a more fulfilling and intentional life. Finally, take time to reflect on your decisions. Journaling can be a powerful tool to understand your thought process and learn from your experiences. By regularly reviewing your choices, you can identify patterns and make adjustments to improve your decision-making over time. So embrace the power of attention and mindfulness in your daily life. With practice, you'll find that making thoughtful, intentional decisions becomes second nature, leading to a more satisfying and purposeful journey. Remember, the quality of your decisions shapes the quality of your life. Make each one count, and you'll create a future that you can be proud of. Mindfulness. It's not just about sitting still, though that helps. Mindfulness is all the rage these days, and for good reason. It's basically the art of paying attention to the present moment, without judgment. And while it might sound a little woo-woo, it's actually a super practical way to improve your attention span and live a more fulfilling life. Think of it like this. Our minds are like puppies. They love to wander, chase squirrels, and generally get into trouble. Mindfulness is like teaching your puppy to sit and stay. It takes practice, but eventually you can train your mind to focus on what you want, when you want. And who knows, maybe you'll even achieve a state of Zen-like calm in the process. But let's dive a bit deeper into what mindfulness really entails. It's not just about sitting in a quiet room with your eyes closed. Mindfulness can be practiced in many different ways. You can be mindful while walking, eating, or even washing the dishes. The key is to be fully present in whatever you're doing, to really notice the sensations, thoughts, and emotions that arise. For example, when you're washing dishes, feel the warmth of the water, the texture of the soap bubbles, and the sound of the dishes clinking together. When you're walking, notice the feeling of your feet touching the ground, the movement of your muscles, and the rhythm of your breath. Mindfulness is about observing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. It's about creating a space between you and your reactions. Over time, you'll likely find that mindfulness helps you feel more grounded, less stressed, and more in tune with yourself and the world around you. So, whether you're new to mindfulness or have been practicing for years, remember that it's a journey, not a destination. Keep exploring, keep practicing, and most importantly, be kind to yourself along the way. After all, mindfulness is about embracing the present moment, just as it is. And in doing so, you might just find a little more peace and joy in your everyday life. Stay alert, stay safe. Attention can save your bacon, literally. Okay, so maybe not literally, but paying attention is crucial for our safety, both in everyday life and in more serious situations. Think about it. Crossing the street, cooking a meal, even just walking down the stairs. All these activities require our full attention. If we're distracted by our phones, lost in thought, or just not paying attention, we're putting ourselves at risk. So next time you're tempted to multitask while doing something that requires your attention, remember, it can wait. Your safety is more important than checking Instagram. So we've covered a lot of ground, but here's the takeaway. Paying attention is kind of a big deal. It helps us be more aware of our surroundings, improve our memory, make better decisions, live more mindfully, and stay safe. Basically, paying attention helps us live our best lives. And who doesn't want that? So there you have it, the power of paying attention. It's a simple concept, but it can have a profound impact on our lives. So go forth, be present, and pay attention. You might be surprised at what you've been missing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Stay aware.